This is our first open mic poetry slam. I call myself Inspirational Flow, or I Flow. My name is Deborah. This is with Wed. Her birthday is tomorrow, or within a couple hours, so we also decided to do this to bring it in. I'm going to start us off tonight. The theme is life lessons, so this poem here is just about a relationship I was in, and it pretty much speaks for itself. I used to love you. Wake up every morning and my first instinct would be to kiss and hug you. And if I couldn't touch you, I just wanted to hear your voice. I used to love the sound and poise. To me, a kiss was just as moist. I used to love you, put nothing and no one above you. To my mistake, not even God took first place. We would party all Saturday night. Come Sunday, we would sleep in my place. I used to love you, so I believed every word that you would speak, until I realized the reason phone calls and text messages were so discreet. I used to love you, so the words concerning me that you would speak, to me would always sound so sweet. But to others, the words that escaped your lips betrayed me the same way Judas betrayed Jesus with that kiss. Only I didn't know how far you would go, so I held on tight thinking, things can change, you never know. So night after night I stayed with you, I laid with you, I gave to you, I explained to you. And even when I began to notice my level of change to yours, I didn't close my heart's doors. I had faith in you. And people would ask me why, and I said I see a soul with unlimited potential. But after a while I began to wonder, was it just my mental? Seeing somebody in you that you'll never be. And the thought of not believing in your change left me feeling guilty. And that quick, the epitome of my sympathy became my downfall. Believe the best in everyone is what I was taught, and I love you and you love me is what I thought. So I couldn't give up now. Not until we both could take a vow. We started together, so we gonna finish together. That was until I told you I loved you and you responded, whatever. Ouch. To not love you, I could never. So I held on tight and prayed things would get better. But they didn't, they got worse. And all I could do was ask God, is this season I'm in a blessing or a curse? I wrote verse after verse about memories that wouldn't leave me be, because triple smiles made my life worthwhile. We were just like each other, so you cramped and complimented my style. But things ain't like they used to be. You say to me, you confusing me, verbally abusing me. I say, look what you do to me, you using me. So maybe there never was a forever. And we do gotta eliminate each other to do better. Cause no text, love song, or love letter seems to make things better. But I can't say I love you when I don't need you. That's the reason this poem is entitled, I Used to Love You. But you just can't banish love when you're a Christian. And God is love, and obviously in my life He's existed. So it came to me as I quoted this poem that loving you from a distance is division. Write some heat for the world. She deep, you know, I don't hang with anybody that's not deep. Kiala, come on up, girl. Woo! Welcome her up.
And them boots is cute. I feel like that's serious commercial.
I'm sorry, I'm not a professional like that. I didn't memorize mine. This is called Let Him Go.
I ain't ready for that.
I am letting go. It's a new year. I'm a new me. Letting go of nonsense, ignorance, defeat. My New Year's resolution is to learn self and be true. This is probably the first year I said some shit I'm gonna actually live up to. I am not my hair, like said by Miss Irene. Letting go is just one small chapter I started in my diary. I am letting go of pain and things I cannot change. Bob is beautiful.
Come on, take your time, boo.
Chemo took her hair.
Come on, baby. Come on. You got it.
And my mom is still one of the prettiest women I ever knew. Cancer took her life. Despite these tears, I know she's not in pain in the afterlife. I am letting go of any guilt I may have. I'm symbolically cleansed as though I just took a holy water bath. Letting go of turmoil, anguish, deceit. Letting go of insanity, any problems I repeat. I keep telling people it's just hair, it'll grow back. They say I put a Britney Spears and I get a kick out of that. I've let go of dishonesty, including omission. Stop taking so many things into my own hands and start asking for permission. Letting go of excess baggage, what I like to call dead weight. Letting go of impurities, letting go of obstacles in my way. Letting go of nervousness for court the 25th. I have faith in God and confidence in my lawyer to deal with it. I'm letting go of worry and of doubt. Letting go of insignificant things, that's not what life's about. Letting go of minor discrepancies. Everything's not worth the fight. I gotta pick and choose my battles. Letting some things slide is alright. I've let go of being a slave to my hair. Not too much to do to it when my head is practically bare. I'm letting go of all this sinful pride. Asking for help was at the bottom of my list. I would have rather struggled and in privacy cried. I'm letting go of all these barriers I've created. I've built up these walls. I'm knocking them down. I'm renovating. I'm letting go of fear. There's nothing to fear but to fear itself. Oftentimes, it's more damaging living in fear than what we're actually afraid of. Letting go of my fear of long-term commitment and trying to let go of the terror of indulging in her love. I am letting go of letting go. We cannot change our past. All we can change is our perception of it, and if the situation is bad, we can make it our last. I am letting go. It's a new year. I'm a new me. I had to let go of a lot of things to make room for 2013.
Next, we got coming to the stage is my friend. She's so outspoken and creative. I can't wait for this. Amanda, come on up.
Which one am I doing? The happier, the happy one.
Happy, I love. Give us some joy.
All right. But there's a story before I read it though. Okay. I suffer from severe insomnia, so I go through bouts of sleep deprivation where, like, sometimes I don't know what I see is real or not. But I wrote this poem after 7 days of no sleep, and this actually happened to me. So I hope you all enjoy it. It's called Homeless Angel. I saw an old man on the way to school standing on his knees. He held a sign that read, "I'm hungry, help me please." I just kept on driving, hoping I'd soon forget the pain I saw in his eyes and the feeling of my regret. I went about my day and I tried to get him out of my head. But when I tried to think about anything, I only thought of him instead. My classes went by slow and the day just drug on by. My face was all flustered and my heart just wanted to cry. Finally the bell rang and it was that time for lunch at last. But I kept wondering when was the last time he had eaten, how much time had passed. I couldn't eat. I just wrapped it in a napkin and hurried on my way. I had to hurry to the man I saw standing on the side of the road today. I stopped my car and prayed. I hoped that I wasn't too late. Blaming myself a while, why did I wait? I scrambled to the ditch and prayed that he was still inside. And when I finally saw him, I fell to my knees and cried. I handed him my sandwich and wished I had more. He wiped my tears away and said, "Child, please, dear, don't cry anymore. God sees you and knows what you have done." And then he opened his wings and flew into the sun.
Lauren.
Here I stand, exposed, open to abuse and criticism, but before you I stand, as naked as the day I was born with only my words to cover me. I give up all restraint, Breaking all rules of strength to bear my soul on this going stroll of lyrical submission, I stand against all odds. Black, gay, mother are my labels that society is damned as destined to fail, but here I am and still I stand. With scars of a past life marking my body in its entirety as I try to rise above my circumstance. Picking up broken pieces of my face till my hands bled, stomping on the devil's head, trying to send that bitch back to where he lay his head at. I felt him standing next to my son's crib in my daughter's bed, trying to take my kiss from Grace. But just in the nick of time, with my broken pieces of faith in my hand, I cover my babies with the blood of the Lamb, forcing them to find some other souls to grab. I stand. I am the voice of my creations who have yet to find the words. For them scared little girls silently screaming to be heard. Reminiscing when I was an artist, when my skin was a canvas, razor blades as my paintbrush when life seemed too hard to manage. I stand. Because I made it. Because the tears and the pain has finally faded. I stand against all odds, bearing my soul on this golden stroll so my story will forever be told. I strap the bomb on my chest, killing all my regrets, as I pray for a tomorrow that's better than the rest. I stand.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Plead the blood over the babies. Next, we got coming to the stage, Poetic License. Come on, Poetic License. Y'all welcome her to the stage.
Sit down. You are beautiful. Too bad you don't know it. I mean, you're aware of your sex appeal, trading acceptance for cops and feels, your body, your currency, will and deal. Swallowing your pride like a high-priced pill, masking as a woman, camouflage with prison frills, nails done, hair did, makeup and heels, body banging, ass high, titties real. But you'd rather pay attention than bills. Rather be eaten than feed you or your only meal. So no wonder your spirit is starving. Your appetite average, but your makings are alarming. Brain borderline anorexia, and so your mind is discharging. You appear to be the closest, but reality knows you're farthest. Lethargic. Starting over and over, but when it's over, you're still beginning. Potential wasted on part-time mentals, no hashtag money. Emotions descending. Torn between actually giving a fuck and barely living. Every day you start a new ending. Intending to be, pretending to be, envisioning visions of vitality, virtue, and vigor, virtuosity. When really, you're made up of maybes, daydreams, and possibilities. So they're creating definites you were only optionally. Caught up in the props you see. And you could be so fucking amazing. I guess it's the tragedy. And these words probably make you mad at me. Thinking I'm judging your mentality. They're trying to guide you back to me. But I'm just an observer. And this is your reality. No need for ambitions for reality. Don't save your motivation for a future what-if strategy. What if you aim for quality? Success will come naturally. What if you grinded more than weed, hips, and pussy? Open up dreams in place of thighs. Spread your wetness through sweat and the tears of your cries. Be like Maya, past broken, still be rise. Battles but still be fight. You want others to be wrong so that you can feel right. You against the world, victimized. Be your own preacher, sanctified. If you worked as hard as you fuck, maybe you feel dignified. Body tired but heart energized. We all struggle. Only Christ was really sacrificed. We bear no cross, no stakes, but still life and love are at stake.
Thank you. Next, we got coming to the stage, Anu. Y'all give her a hand clap while she walk up here.
What's everybody doing? Thank you.
We good.
Thank you.
Put that on a poster on a t-shirt.
Hold on. Slide down. Bring it down.
I've been doing poetry for about 3 years. And one thing that I've learned in doing poetry is if you ain't getting what you need to get from your own pieces, then maybe you should sit down. Yeah. So I took some time off for myself. But after I was done, I wrote this piece. I wrote this piece because I felt like I had came out of so much. Life's stormy weather had her mentally crawling on hands and knees with mustard seed prayers for God to deliver her weary body, a hand up to steady feet. Not falling on deaf ears, they never quite make it that far, thinking the words are melting before exiting, or maybe just lingering in the air for a fallen cumulus. Developing into a supercell. See, God was giving her a storm with special circumstance. She was met with constant handouts, dangling over her bowed head to keep sane, making oceans die within, while pain filled the thundercloud. Spectators watched this public death as the rain beat down. No invite to come in from the rain, yet observe and discuss her pain-saturating existence. Keeping strong in her faith, she began to stand still. Brought to a tribal round table of a needless intervention, using a tsunami of words to wash away the residue of self-confidence. During the eye of her storm, she searched for an antidote to the virus of negativity, reaching out for correctiveness through peaceful judgment's ears, spilling insecurities and regrets. Tears fall into lakes, spread wide to oceans, no dam to contain this hurt, ready for release until their storms collide. Umbrellas snatched away in stages as her ears hear from the mouths that were ears, and confidentiality is shouted into punchlines as lines take punches, and then regurgitated through slight laughter, sarcasm, and sneak distance on her situation, as if their skies were the picture of perfection. Inside her thunderstorm, a strong updrift of positive winds with a downdrift of disagreeable ones, until there is no rain, just hell, ironically coming from the heavens. Wanting to protect her seated garden, thoughts of uprooting and separation to prevent these flourishing flowers from freezing too soon, but stood still in her faith. Watched as he washed away the debris, knew that there was a lesson to be had in the madness. Avoid narrowly open doors and rest in the shelter provided, right on time. Each storm receives a calm. During her, she staggered toward the break in the clouds, opened up the windows and let that sweet after the rain breeze come through. Collected the pieces of self left over after dying a million public deaths of humiliation, self-doubts, and pity. Purged them with the lessons learned. People who drowned in the high waters, swept away the remnants of a past that left her days misty, no longer struggling to find solace because at this very moment, she now knows the peace that was once thought to be a fairy tale, where her spirit has calmed down. Yes. She has come through the storm with just a few scratches. She never thought she'd make it out, and she is here to tell you to rest in the prayer that increase is on its way, because as 1 Peter 5:10 reassures, after that ye have suffered just a little while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, and settle you. Listen, in the storm, that is where you stand still. Don't run until he is done, because there is a calm. And that is where you stand strong. Because in the end, I promise you, you will still be standing. And that's Hurricane right there. Thank you.
Amen. I know that's right. When you in your storm, don't ever let your faith diminish in the middle of your storm. Speaking of that, it's back to me. Man, that's what's up. I really love when people talk about their storms and how they stood still in their faith, because God has been so good to me. You know what I mean? And without my faith, I don't know where I'd be right now. But this poem is called Faith Renewed, actually. I wrote this while I was in the hospital. Anybody that know me know I have sickle cell. I also found out I had blood clot in my lung. It was crazy. Like, it was just a rough time for me. So, this is a poem I wrote then. A cotton curtain is all that separates the living from the dead. laid up in this hospital bed with a million thoughts running through my head. This condition could be fatal is what the last doctor said, so now I got this fear in my heart that I'm going to leave this hospital dead. Frustrated, I began to cry, and my mom said, "Dry your eyes." Infuriated with the fact she don't know exactly what I'm going through, I lashed back at her. "Don't tell me what to do." In a wave of guilt, I said, "I'm sorry, Mom. I got faith, but I don't know if I really do. Because first it was sickle cell, and now this too." Angry and upset with God, I said, "Why me? God, do you not love me?" And he shut me up abruptly. He said, "Why do you not trust me? For it was your prayers that have brought you here." And I said, "God, what exactly did you hear? Because I didn't pray to be sick, nor to be short of breath." And he chuckled and said, "Of course you didn't. But you prayed that I would strengthen your faith, and how did you expect that to happen without a test?" He said, "I heard your heart cry out for renewal, and I heard your tongue speak that your life may meet my approval. But I made you such a strong-willed person, it was going to take something crucial to move you, so yeah, I made you soar." And I began thinking, letting what God was saying sink in. And I had been praying for a change of direction in my life. I had been praying for that passion back from when I first found Christ. Only I still don't understand why it had to be so drastic. I mean, a blood clot in my lung could have been so tragic. Laid up in this hospital bed for days and a days. Needle after needle, red blood cell exchange. Oxycodone and morphine and smelling sodium in my nose from the time it's been flushed through my veins, and God interrupted me. He said, "Baby, your pain I see. But did my son not suffer? Was he not beaten and bruised so that he may be used?" He said, "Listen, I'm just trying to get you to your rightful position. Now you can moan and complain, or you can save people in Jesus' name, but I know you still got the vision." And then it dawned on me that this was all done in my favor, to save people in the name of the Savior. So my trial became testimony, and the scripture in James popped into my head that said, "Consider it pure joy when you face trials of any kind. For blessed is the man who perseveres under trial. For he has stood the test, and he will receive the crown that God has promised him." And then I understood that God is so good. Not that I didn't already know that, but I've been praying for a quiet place to seek his face, and I had plenty of quiet time in that hospital place. So I stopped feeling sorry for myself in room 1456, and I got in God's presence. I prayed to a God not that hurt me, but to a God that is worthy. I pray to a God that is in the process of perfecting my faith. I pray to a God that makes no mistakes. I pray to a God that allowed me to seek his face. I pray to the author and finisher of my faith. And after I finished praising, I praised him for a healing, not just for myself, but for everybody in every bed. I praised him up and down those halls, and when I got back to my room, I praised him for so long that my nurse came in thinking something was wrong, and I said, "No, I'm just praising God, something I should have been doing all along." And then I praised him right back into that hall, and I praised him out the door, because my God is a healer. Am I not living proof standing before you today that if you can't do nothing else, you better pray?
That's vindicating.
Oh Lord, I don't want people to read the next time.
What's the story behind this? If you know me, then you know I've been through the struggle. If you don't know me, you're about to hear about it. Whew. It's called my testimony. It seems like just yesterday I was wading in the water. Water swallowed me from the neck down. My vision was blurry. No oar to row my boat, no words to yell help. The need for life was slit, and which was amplified by the need to let go. And I was busy being laid up. The need for sex became my personal destruction, and I was finding pleasure through the acts of penetration, and the persistence of going through people to find my purpose made life real easy. Believe me, the smile on my face can be very deceiving. It will capture you abundantly and reject you at the same time. Smiling from cheek to cheek, you could never understand my story nor who you seek. Love myself? Why? When after all this time I still feel filthy, bathing in the shower for hours trying to unleash the vengeance and remembrance of the day he took my period. I oppressed myself, no help, no words to express the issues that caused my duress. And I looked down on myself and overlooked help, trying to find hope in itself, which is hopeless itself. Why is God not hearing these cries for help? And God said in John chapter 3 that if our hearts do not condemn us, we have confidence towards God, and whatever we ask Him, whatever we ask from Him, we receive from Him. And there's a guaranteed answer to the prayer that is dependent on the condition of the heart. And anger has the ability to divide unity. And being at the point of no return caused my prayers to fluctuate. I began to look away from and into self. And when you begin to believe that you have control over your life's endeavors, you forget to believe in who gave you life. It took being molested, raped, battered, and beaten to return to the life that I thoroughly mistreated. So today I stand in front of you believing that it was nobody but God who got me here today. And the person that I was bruised, broken, and condemned. But the person that I am today is favored, blessed, and grateful. I could have been dead at 18 being shot at. I could have been dead at 16 being victim of a stabbing. I could have been dead at 20 being involved in a car accident. So no more will I pay attention to the could haves, should haves, and would haves. Today I made a promise to myself to focus on the will be's and focus on the relationship between God and me. And I would never look down just up when I need help for me. But God is forever amazing, and I wouldn't be here if He wasn't. And I can't focus on the should be's, but this is my testimony.
Pressing forward for you guys. Sorry. Apologize. This piece is called Adam. Adam pulls my body. Drums beat, teeth show, blood trickles from corners of lips, sun creeps from behind the clouds. The world rotates as my vision spins rapidly into instability, shaking off blues of the deep oceans, the purples and magentas of their coral reefs, the browns of their feet, the ocean waters, whirl and drain into disparity and disappear forever. Creating canyons and cracked lands, the sun burns now. Here, light whips my back as crescendos rise. I grit my teeth like he do and listen to the rhythm of his feet packed to drum beats on cracked lands. The voice, his voice, cries out, and I feel his shrills, his groans, his screeches. He sings songs and praise. Selah. Like broken setar strings, my abdomen snap and expose my rib cage. You take the half that's yours from a breathing body, flesh broken for your vanity. My anatomy rains and touches the land like soft thunder. Drum beats intensify. His feet stomp to the rhythm. Dust dances ferociously, winding like two cobras. The sun at the center of the sky. As Adam separates my legs from his thighs, his eyes feast upon me. The black and rose butterfly, flying, floating between dust-shaped snakes, blessed with grace. So I fly to the rhythm of the song he sings. Selah. This is my body, the black pearl vessel, stranded in the desert of the Adam, and captive of the Son of Man.
Something to think about.